Good evening, everybody, friends of Snapping New York. We are now live in front of the world's largest store in the world, Macy's. We will bring you now around this fantastic area. So as you can see, this little park that is now here on my right, this is Herald Square. Look how calm and relaxed and peaceful is this little park. And here on my left I have Macy's, the most famous and largest department store in the world. Let's walk a bit together in this area. While we are walking a bit around, I will tell you some interesting facts about Macy's here and there. So you must know that Macy's is an amazing department store. Inside Macy's you can find not only shoes, not only clothes or things for the house, but the most amazing and interesting thing is that inside Macy's you will also find 22 full restaurants where you can sit and when you can eat. And this is an amazing and big number. 22 restaurants inside Macy's. Now we are entering inside this little park. This is called Herald Square, where people can basically come in, sit, relax, read a book and just chill out. You will see that in these parks is never allowed to smoke. You see that there is this little information that say to smell flowers and not smoke. And during lunchtime there are even some language courses inside this little park for free. So now they are closing the park because after dawn they close parks in New York, and this is again the beautiful view in front of Macy's. So hello everybody, we see that we again have Aaron, Lisa that is following us, and Domitil, thank you very much, and also Marcelo Fernando, have a good evening, and Amaro. Have a good evening you all guys. Here it's 8:35 p.m. in the evening and we are right in front of Macy's. So we told you an interesting facts about Macy's. Let me tell you a second one. Macy's is the department store and the main sponsor to organize the Thanksgiving parade in November. So I bet everybody knows what I'm speaking about when I say Thanksgiving parade. Are those enormous balloons that look like important characters or animals and that fly all over New York City on the Thanksgiving Day. Macy's is the main sponsor. The third interesting fact about this amazing department store is that imagine that you're visiting New York at Christmas time, and today is Christmas Eve, and you still didn't buy all the presents that you need to buy for your family or for your friends. Macy's on the 24th of December is open until midnight. So if you are one of those persons that buy presents till the very last day, you can find the presents, interesting presents to buy in Macy's until midnight of the 24th of December. Here you can buy some hot dogs right in front of Macy's. You see there is another hot dog store. You can have a chicken kebab, beef kebab, Philly cheesesteak, something that we highly suggest, and other tasty things that you can try. Jovan is asking us how is the weather right now. It's not too warm, it's not too cold, it's the right weather. We need to wear a little pullover and a little jacket. I would say that is about 10 degrees Celsius, more or less. Why it's really nice also to be here in Herald Square? Because in this direction right now I'm facing south, and if I zoom, you see what I see down there? I see the One World Observatory that is down there at the end of the street. Wait, because the best is yet to come. If I turn here, on my right, I see Macy's. That is this amazing department store. If I turn here, direction north, I see the beautiful Herald Square, where you can basically sit and relax after a full day that you are walking around. You can take one of those nice chairs with a book, maybe with your guide, and you can decide what to do in the next days. But the most beautiful view is if you turn on the left, direction east, because you see that building in front of me. If I go up and up and up and up, can you recognize it? You know what is that? That is the Empire State Building. Look what an amazing view we have on the Empire State Building from here. Thank you so much, Al B, for telling me that the narration is really nice. We really appreciate. And also thank you to Ale Yanas, that is telling us that she loves New York. Nivaldo, Jovan, Alexandra, everybody, thank you. If you would like to share this video with your friends, this will help us really a lot to grow our page. But now what we are going to do, we will continue walking in the direction of the amazing Empire State Building. I would like to say thank you also to the page New York City. If you can make it there, you will love the place, because they just shared our live video. This page is also really nice. They share all the time interesting information about New York. So if you want, you can also follow New York City. If you can make it there, you will love the place. You can follow this page. Thank you so much for sharing our live video. And now we are walking on the 34th Street, really nice street, and you can see here on top of that the fantastic and amazing Empire State Building. Such an amazing building. Today the lights of the Empire State Building are yellow, so the traditional lights, but we want to give you an interesting information that if you go on the Empire State Building site and you check for the section for the lightnings, you will see that on specific dates they decided to color the Empire State Building with different colors. If you check our live videos that we took a few days ago, 2 nights ago the Empire State Building was completely red in honor of the week of the tourist, and 3 days ago was blue and yellow in honor of the European Union. So now we continue walking on the 34th Street and we are going in the direction of the 5th Avenue. Look at up again, and that's again the Empire State Building. We are right under the fantastic Empire State Building. Immacolata ci saluta da Boston. Immacolata is following us from Boston. Kelly Kopp is on the line right now. He's the person that just commented. We can really want to give you a big suggestion, guys. If you want to follow one interesting page, one interesting Instagram profile, you can follow our friend Kelly Kopp. So every day this guy is walking around New York City to take the most interesting and beautiful picture of the city. So check Instagram and follow Kelly Kopp, or just click on his profile. He just commented this last video, and you will discover amazing, beautiful pictures about New York City. And we will continue walking. You see, we are right here under the Empire State Building. Incredible view. Look how tall is that. So what I was saying before is that if you go on the site of the Empire State Building, you can understand in which colors the Empire State Building will be enlightened in the next days. So that's an interesting fact. We started this live video in front of Macy's, okay? And I have other three interesting things to tell you about Macy's. The first one is that if you love shoes, you really cannot miss a visit in the Macy's department store. Why? Because it's the world's largest department store for shoes in the world. What does it mean? It means that they sell about 300,000 pairs of shoes in the department store Macy's. Incredible. So if you love shoes, you know where to go in New York City. Here we are on the 5th Avenue. You see, amazing at night. This is the Empire State Building right in front of us. This is the 5th Avenue facing south. This is the 5th Avenue facing north. You can see the yellow wave. So many taxis you will see in New York. It's incredible. One after the other. We are walking, 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 and they never stop. They are full of people. And now I will tell you another interesting fact. So you saw in the movies that people, what do? To catch a taxi, you see them just waving in the street, right? To take a cab. If you try to do that in New York, you might be lucky and that cab will stop. But there is also the possibility that that cab will not stop because maybe is already busy. But how can you understand if the taxi is busy or if the taxi is free? There is a little secret that New Yorker knows and maybe some tourists don't. So keep this in mind when you visit. Okay? So you see that, let me go next to a taxi. Maybe I can help you. It can help. Let's go in the traffic and I will show you in front of a taxi. You see the number here? 1D77 of this taxi. So this number here is the recognition number. And you saw that was off. Instead, if you check this taxi that is coming right now, the number is on. You see the light of the number, it's on. For this one, for example, it's off. So when the light is off, it means that the taxi is already busy. So don't waste your time to wave to the taxi to try to get it, because that taxi is already busy and will not stop. But if you see a taxi and the light is on, then you can take that taxi and that taxi will stop in front of you. Okay? So this is an interesting advice that you need to keep in mind when you visit New York. Let's continue walking here on the 5th Avenue. We are going now direction north. I still have two interesting facts about Macy's that I need to tell you. First, before telling you the semi-last, I will turn and I will show you once the King of New York. Voila, the Empire State Building. Amazing at night, incredible, so beautiful. And here we have a 2 floors bus, you know, that is doing a touristic tour. Imagine how lucky those people are to be on this bus that brings them around the city. I take a couple of minutes to say thank you to everybody that is commenting this live video. Let me say some name. We have Janice, Matthews. You can also tell us where you are coming from, you know, because we are really, really curious to know where the people that are following our page are coming from. So tell us a bit, where are you from? So we have Janice Matthew that is telling us that she loves New York. Joan Deli Quickle, thanks for the taxi info. It's a pleasure. It's something really, really important, you know? Because you might waste a lot of time in the traffic trying to stop a taxi, and now you know that if you want to get a taxi, you need to wait for a cab with the little number on the roof that has the lights on. We have Lucia Arena that is following us from Roma. Let me just say a little hello to Lucia in Italian, because it's about 3, what time is now in Italy? So it's 9 plus 6, it's 3 o'clock in the night, almost, in Italy, and we have Lucia that is following us. So let me just spend 1 second to say thank you in Italian to Lucia. Lucia, grazie mille per seguirci, ci fa davvero piacere che ci segui in diretta qui a New York. Sono le 3 di notte, ci stai seguendo, grazie, grazie, grazie davvero. And now back to English, we continue walking on the 5th Avenue. We have Jan Prater that is following us from Ohio. We have Eduardo from Los Angeles City, California. Amazing, Los Angeles. We want to visit Los Angeles. Maybe this summer we will travel to California for a couple of weeks. We are planning to visit Los Angeles, San Diego, Las Vegas, that we know is not anymore in California, and a bit of the Grand Canyon. So we will love to visit this place during the summer. For the moment, we still haven't visited that. Let's continue saying some hello. We have Ivan from Padova. Also Ivan, Italian. Thank you so much for following us. Grazie mille Ivan, anche per te le 3 di notte e sei online. Grazie di cuore. We have Joan from Philly. We have Nicole from Australia that is coming to New York in October. Thank you so much for following us. We have Wendell that is telling us that she loves this city. Michele from Texas. Albi from New Mexico. Debbie from Tennessee. Federico Jimenez from Argentina that was in New York in May 2016. And Joan is telling us that her son is working now in New York City. So there is always a good reason to come to visit this amazing city. We are now walking on the 5th Avenue, going direction north. Where am I bringing you? I'm bringing you to Bryant Park. Why Bryant Park is amazing? Because it's a little park in the middle of Midtown. So you will see skyscraper here and there, and in the middle of that there is a little oasis of green, and that's Bryant Park. Let's continue giving you the last 2 tips and information and facts about Macy's that are extremely interesting. So another interesting fact is that you know how many visitors enter into the Macy's shop every year? You will never bet it. It's incredible, the number. The number is absurd. How many visitors enter Macy's every year? Macy's, the department store. Try to guess. Let's see who gets closer. Shot a number. We want to hear some numbers. 1 million, 3 million, 300,000. Tell me, how many visitors every year enter in Macy's? Debbie says 5 million. More than 5 million. More than 5 million visitors. 45 million is too much. We have Nicole. 20 million. We have Kelly, 20 million. And the right number is 20 million. 20 million visitors every year enter Macy's. It's not so fair for Kelly to answer this question. You know why? Because Kelly Cop is also setting up a tour agency to bring you around the city. So this guy has the license to be a New York tour, person. So he can bring you around and he can show you and tell you interesting facts about the city. So Kelly Cop, photographer, but also is organizing some tours. So keep it posted, follow his Instagram page, because a lot of interesting facts will come in the future. And now we continue walk. We are now on the 40th Street, okay? We are right behind Bryant Park. I don't know if Bryant Park is still open now, because a lot of parks are open until dawn. So when the sun goes down, a lot of parks close, except for Central Park that is open until 1 o'clock in the night. Kelly, you can tell me if 1 o'clock is right, because Kelly also works for the Central Park newsletter. So for sure, if you have a question about Central Park, you know that you can ask Kelly Cop. Look at here. This is Bryant Park from outside, okay? That's the Bank of America building. You might not know, but the Bank of America building right in front of me here is one of the tallest in New York City. Of course, it's not as tall as the One World, it's not as tall as the Empire State Building, but is, let's say, in the 5th or 6th position. And in fact, here we have Kelly that is telling us that at 1 o'clock in the night is the hour in which Central Park closes its door. And now look at here. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Calm. Central Park is an amazing park in the city. Madison Square Park also. But here we are in a little treasure inside the middle of the city. Okay? And this is Bryant Park. Look at here. Almost no noise around. You remember the big noise of the 5th Avenue a few minutes ago? And here we are in the calm, in the peace. We can just sit on one of these chairs that are here for free all the time. There are even some little tables where you can just sit, like I'm doing now. I'm sitting here, maybe with a book, maybe with your iPad, reading some information about the next day, what to do, what to visit, and just relax. So this is amazing Bryant Park. Look at here. For the moment, he's still not allowed to walk on the grass, because you must know that here, in these beautiful and green fields, few weeks ago there was an ice skating rink. And the most interesting fact about the ice skating rink of Bryant Park is that it's completely for free. So if you want to do ice skating in New York, you can either go to the Rockefeller Center and pay about $45 to enter the ring. You can go to the Central Park ring and also there pay quite a lot. Or you can come here in this peaceful and lovely part of the city, and this is for free. If you want to buy the skates, they will cost around $20 and you can ice skate as much as you want. Sabri is telling me that I'm not so far from Little Italy or Chinatown. Not really. we are quite far because Little Italy and Chinatown are, let's say, more in direction of downtown Manhattan. So from here, I believe is more or less 30-40 minutes walking with an average fast speed. Lucia is telling us that in October she will be in New York. That's maybe why she's so excited that it's 3 o'clock in the night in Italy and she's following us live. Mirna is telling us that she was here in Bryant Park before Christmas and she loved the shops. Maybe some of you don't know it, so let's give some clearance about that. Which shops Mirna is referring to? She's speaking about the Christmas market. So if you come to Bryant Park, you will see during Christmas time an amazing set of little houses where they are called like the Christmas market that we have in Europe, okay? And you can enter, you can buy some nice presents, some nice souvenir that you can just bring home. This is the famous fountain of Bryant Park that during winter a lot of time is completely frozen. So I'm sure that on Instagram you saw some picture of this fountain completely frozen. Sabri is telling us that we speak really good English. We are trying to do our best. I'm sure you can hear the Italian accent here and there, but we try to speak as best as we can and to give you all the important information. That is the most important thing. You see how beautiful it is, Bryant Park at night. Amazing. You see the building there with that beautiful roof? That's the Chrysler building. Amazing, right? Now we will walk also on the 42nd for a few minutes and we will bring you in front of the Chrysler building. So this is Le Pain Quotidien en français, because we also speak French on our page. Nous parlons français aussi. C'est pas de souci, nous parlons italien, nous parlons le français, nous parlons l'anglais. Nous parlons beaucoup de langues. On our page we speak the 4 main languages of Europe. We speak Italian, we speak English, we speak French, and we speak German. So basically, if you have question, you can send us your question as a message or as a comment in your mother language, and we will try our best to answer you as soon as we can. And now I want to show you this. So this is Bryant Park. Look at the beautiful lights. I'm going up, I'm going up, I'm going up, and look at that. The King of New York City, the Empire State Building. Amazing, right? The Empire State Building at night with its amazing lights. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Guys, we are 112 people right now following this live video. It's amazing. Facebook is telling me that this is the most commented on live video ever that we did on our page. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you want, share this video with your friends, share it on your walls, because we want to continue growing every day. We started this page 4 months ago and we have already 150 plus thousands followers on this page, but we want to continue and continue growing, and we want to have this motivation from you. So share this video with your friends and we will continue to give you live feeds every day from New York City. And now I want to show you a couple of last things. Okay, so I continue walking. So Pelusa Alvarez is asking us if it's hot. It's not hot. As you can see here, you see the people they're wearing jackets. So if you're from the US, I believe it's more or less 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm not that strong yet with the Fahrenheit system. I'm sorry for that. But if you're from Europe or from the rest of the world, then the degrees are around 10. What I'm wearing right now is a pullover and a little jacket. I mean, the weather is fantastic because when you walk around the city, you will not have cold, but you will not feel also hot. It's the perfect temperature to walk around New York City. You see, there are two things that I want to show you more right now, maybe three. Let's see. Let's keep on watching and sharing this video, and I will show you three other interesting treasures about New York City. Share this video with your friends. So, to show you these things, the first one is here. So where are we now? I always like to give you some information on where we are, because so maybe you can take some notes if you want to visit New York City, and you can remember and you can orientate better when you will come. We are on the 42nd Avenue, okay? So no, sorry guys, we are on the 42nd Street, okay? And the avenue that you see there in front of us that is crossing the street is the 5th Avenue. So basically we are almost at the corner between the 42nd Street and the 5th Avenue. You see? This one here is the 42nd Street. I'm trying not to die. Down there, if you go straight till the end of this avenue and you walk in the middle of that, you will find Times Square. That is around the 7th Avenue. This building that you see here in front of me, this one here, is the National Library, the American National Library. It's free entrance. Today we posted in the early afternoon a picture taken from Instagram from another real nice artist, Gigi New York City, where we show you how is the roof of this, in the main reading room of this library. It's amazing. So if you come in Bryant Park, don't miss a visit into this building that is the library, and go to the main reading room. Sorry, and go to the main reading room and look up, and you will see an amazing roof with a lot of decoration. It's been just renovated, so it's really worth. Okay, so this is the 5th Avenue, the famous amazing 5th Avenue. If we go in this direction that we are facing right now, this one, you will find St. Patrick Cathedral, you will find the Rockefeller Center on the left, and then if you keep on walking, you will arrive to Central Park, passing first in front of Tiffany and the Trump Tower. Okay? Instead, if you go in this direction, you go back to the Empire State Building that you see there. You see where we were right before. 123 people following us. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Now what I want to show you, the last two things. Let's continue walking, and in the meanwhile I tell you some other little advice. Let me cross the street here. I need to be careful because I'm used to cross the street and not where there are the lights, so it's always a bit scary and dangerous, but it's faster. So you see this place here, Zibetto Espresso. If you love espresso and you come to Bryant Park, just do a few steps more and you get an espresso at Zibetto. They are Italian guys with Italian origin, and I must say that the espresso is really good. It's a bit pricey if you come from euro, especially from Italy, because in Italy one espresso costs around €1, so more or less $1, and here an espresso is, if I'm right, $2.50, so it's more than the double. But in New York, in a lot of places, it's difficult to find a good espresso, especially if you are an espresso lover, and that's a nice place. Another building that I want to show you is this one in front of me. You see? This is the Chrysler building. Amazing, guys, amazing. Both during the day and at night, the Chrysler building is such an amazing building. Okay? Unfortunately, it's not an observation deck. Okay? So you cannot take an elevator and go up on the Chrysler building, but still you can enter in the hall of the building, and I suggest you to do it because the furniture and the decoration in the hall are really nice. And then here in front of us, what you see is the Grand Central Terminal. Also, this is an amazing part of New York. Javan is asking us if the Chrysler building is an hotel. No, Javan is not an hotel. There are apartments and there are offices. For sure apartments, because when I came for the first time in New York and I was reading some books, I read that the tallest building is owned by a doctor, and you can imagine how much it costs to have an apartment on the last floor of the Chrysler building. So we have Bill that is telling us that Macy's is closing. People don't believe this. It's in part true, in the sense that we read today the news that some of the Macy's stores around the US will close because of some cuts, expense cuts, and they decided to close. But don't be worried. If you visit New York City, Macy's in Herald Square will be open. It's one of the most important stores in New York City, so there is no way that they are going to close Macy's in New York City. Actually, if you know Faust Schwarz, that was the toy store that was once in New York City and then they closed Faust Schwarz, you must know that Faust Schwarz is coming back to New York at the end of 2017, and from what we know, they will open their store again, and this will be inside Macy's. So for sure, Macy's is not going to close. Also because you must know that Macy's is always full, always packed. So whenever you decide to visit Macy's, guys, you will find always a lot of people inside the department store. So here we are right under the Chrysler building, and this is the Grand Central Terminal. We are going to terminate our live video soon, but first I want to give you an information, okay? Tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m., we are going to record another live video, okay? Tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. New York time, we will record another live video. And this time we want that you choose where we record the live video. How can you vote? So basically you can go on our group, Facebook group. You can search right after the video for Snappy New York /the group. Okay, you can ask me access and I will give you access to enter inside the group. Okay, and once you will be inside the group, you will find among the latest posts a poll, okay, where you can decide where we will take the live video. So basically tomorrow morning I will wake up around 5:30 and I don't know where I'm going to record the live video tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Okay? I cannot go Federico Jimenez to the island because it only opens a bit later in the day. Okay, so we are talking about a live video at 7:30 in the morning. I can tell you that right now the pool will open, the pool is saying that we should record the live video from the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, we have the majority of the votes from the Brooklyn Bridge, and this means that I will need to walk really a lot tomorrow because I live not so far from the Grand Central Terminal, and the Brooklyn Bridge is really downtown. So you are sending me for a really long walk early in the morning, but I love it. I love to walk in the city, so for me it's just a pleasure. So if you will vote for the Brooklyn Bridge, guys, I will go to the Brooklyn Bridge at 7:30 in the morning, New York City time. So when you finish this video, what do? You search for our group. You will find the link in our post that we posted today, okay, during the day. Go a bit back in the post and you will find the pool. So we'll ask access to enter to our group. I will grant you access, and after that you will vote. And the majority of the votes will decide where I will take my live video tomorrow morning at 7:30 o'clock. Okay? So this is the MetLife building right next. Correct, Bill. It's 7:30 in the morning, New York City time. So on the East Coast. Okay, so this is the MetLife building. Okay, right next to the Grand Central Terminal, and here, this one here that you see here is the Park Avenue. It's one of the most famous avenues in New York. It's also really large because you will see that there are cars coming in this direction, but on the other side there are cars going in the other direction. As you saw before, for example, the Fifth Avenue was just one direction avenue. Here there are two direction for the cars, and at the same time is one of the most elegant avenue in New York City. So if you want to take an apartment and spend really a lot of money, choose on the Park Avenue. This is the MetLife building, and now, guys, I believe it's time for me to say goodbye, to say good night. Thank you everybody for following us. We have been live for 45 minutes, okay? We want to create some routine with you because I know that people like routine. So you can put some alarm, 7:30 in the morning East time, New York City time, for our morning live video, and 8:30 in the night, always a New York City time, for our night video. We will record 2 live videos per day, one at 7:30 in the morning and one at 8:30 in the night, every day, except for weekends in which the schedule can change a bit, but I will inform you in advance, because maybe over the weekend, when we will walk a bit here and there, we can even take more than 2 videos, okay? But for the moment, from New York is everything. Don't forget to vote for deciding where we will go to take our live video tomorrow morning. So ask access to enter in our group. You will find in the feeds of today on our page. And that's it. Thank you so much, people, for following us. You have been amazing. 250 comments so far. The most commented live video we posted. It's incredible. 123 people online. So everybody that is online, put a like to our page, Snappy New York, because every day we will bring you live in the city that never sleeps. Thank you so much. Thank you so much from Snappy New York. Have a great night. Take care.